I respect Travis all too much. And when you say that, you're usually about to say something mean about somebody. Heard there was no prenup. I don't like that. This man's about to be a MVP type candidate, I think. I think he'll be an all-pro corner. I think he'll be a very good receiver. You know, we've heard the stories of the past when they were getting together, how she called the man ugly. I don't like all that.
I hate to be a Jacksonville Jaguar.
We ain't want you. Huh? We don't want you. That's if you see on your team.
They said they're trying to get rid of you.
You know they don't like quarterbacks that much.
You said what?
You know they don't like quarterbacks that much.
Who?
They only got you because they have to.
Nah, Tennessee love quarterbacks.
It's like a kid just runs around all day. He's very explosive.
Yep, that's right. Trevor Lawrence just put it all out there. And now we know exactly why so many NFL players are split on Travis Hunter. It's not just his flashy highlight plays. It's the nonstop drama swirling around him. Ever since whispers about his wife's alleged affair hit the headlines, the scandal has stolen focus from real football work, turning locker room prep into pure chaos. With Cam stepping up, you hear the heat. He wants you, we don't want you. You even on your own team, they trying to ship you out. You like quarterbacks that much? Those words cut deep, throwing shade straight at Hunter's loyalty and his so-called priorities. The tension is beyond messy. It's about to blow. Trevor Lawrence finally broke the silence, exposing how tough Hunter's situation has been on team chemistry. The Jacksonville Jaguars locker room is no longer a brotherhood. It's a powder keg ready to explode. Lawrence's recent comments have peeled back the curtain on why NFL vets are getting uneasy with Hunter's presence. What was once excitement for the league's one-of-a-kind two-way talent has now spiraled into a toxic media circus. Veterans see him as a wild card, pulling attention away from the grind during one of Jacksonville's most crucial seasons in years. But even those same vets admit Hunter's raw ability is rare and that he's bringing an energy to the game that can't be denied. And here's the kicker. Lawrence, usually cool and diplomatic, has started dropping sharp little daggers. During July training camp, he let off a comment that fans instantly clocked as a shot at Hunter, subtle but calculated. The tone in his voice told the story. This wasn't about playbooks, it was about Hunter's dedication or lack of it.
Selfishly, yeah, I definitely want him on offense more. It's almost like, do you want to come catch touchdowns, or you want to maybe break up a pass or two a game? Like, you know, that's the decision you got to make.
Early on, Trevor Lawrence had nothing but glowing words for Travis Hunter, but that honeymoon phase is long gone. As the season dragged on and the drama piled up, Lawrence's tone got sharper and way less forgiving. NFL insiders know the game. When a veteran QB starts going public about a teammate's focus and decision-making, it's a red flag that the locker room smoke has turned into a full-on fire. And Lawrence didn't just let it slide. He basically aired Hunter out for splitting his attention. That kind of call-out from a starting quarterback is rare, and it screams frustration that's been boiling behind closed doors. The truth hit even harder when Lawrence spilled his practice strategy on the Pardon My Take podcast, exposing how he deliberately targeted Hunter during defensive drills. Sure, he dressed it up as friendly competition, but everyone who's been around the league caught the shade. Lawrence was sending a message loud and clear. Pick a lane, bro, because you can't play every role at once. And it's not just Lawrence who feels this way. Across the NFL, vets are debating whether Hunter's two-way ambition is genius or reckless. Some respect his grind, saying he's got the kind of drive they haven't seen in a rookie in years. But others think it's too much too soon. To them, it looks less like innovation and more like rookie naivety, someone who doesn't grasp how brutal the demands of pro football really are. What's really ticking them off, though, is that Hunter's messy personal life has hijacked the spotlight. Instead of football talk, it's been nothing but relationship scandals, locker room whispers, and social media circus acts. Privately, veterans are groaning that Hunter's chaos is making the Jaguars look like a reality show instead of a serious franchise. And even when Lawrence tries to sugarcoat it, praising Hunter as one of the hardest working guys we have, you can hear the shade hiding between the lines. That compliment wasn't clean. It carried weight, and everyone knew it. Lawrence tried to keep it professional, but the cracks are showing. He added that little qualifier about how learning two systems is a lot on a rookie, and how tough it is to keep up with everything. Anybody who knows the NFL grind could hear the real message. Lawrence doesn't think Hunter can actually handle it. Still, no one questions Hunter's conditioning. His ability to keep his body game ready is something even his critics respect. Behind the polished words sits a quarterback who's clearly tired of babysitting what he sees as Hunter's unfocused approach to pro ball. Even when Lawrence said Hunter can handle it, the vibe was off. He immediately followed it up with praise about Hunter's conditioning, like he was crossing his fingers instead of speaking from confidence. That's not trust, that's hopeful thinking dressed up for the cameras. The drama only got louder. That custom handshake between Lawrence and Hunter, what started as a cute team bonding thing, has turned into a lightning rod for criticism. Fans are clowning it, calling it proof that Hunter's worried more about style than substance. And the vets, they're grumbling that Hunter can't read the room, that the NFL ain't college anymore, and this game demands a different level of focus. But to fans, those kinds of moments also show his charisma, the same spark that makes him stand out on and off the field. Lawrence even admitted that he let Hunter take the lead on the handshake during an Adidas commercial shoot. On the surface, it looked like support, but underneath, it sounded like a QB quietly questioning where Hunter's priorities really are. And when Lawrence described him as having a big personality, that's veteran code for this dude is a handful to manage. Every word out of Lawrence's mouth about building chemistry with Hunter isn't just locker room talk, it's loaded with tension hiding in plain sight. Lawrence keeps stressing how much extra work and communication it takes just to stay on the same page with Hunter, and that says it all. In NFL language, that's code for frustration. Instead of having a teammate who naturally blends into the system, Lawrence feels like he's constantly adjusting, constantly babysitting just to make it work. That kind of strain wears on a locker room fast. And then came the comparison that really raised eyebrows. Lawrence called teammate Di Brown the NFL's version of Travis Hunter because of his versatility. At first, it sounded like a compliment to Hunter, but look closer. What Lawrence really highlighted was his preference for a player who brings similar skills without dragging along all the media circus and personal chaos Hunter can't seem to escape. Still, that comparison proves one thing: Hunter is the standard for versatility right now, whether vets like it or not. The problem is only getting messier. Hunter's off-field drama hasn't slowed, it's gotten louder, and now Lawrence is stuck between supporting his teammates' talent and protecting the team culture that vets swear is key to winning championships. His relationship with Hunter has turned into a snapshot of the bigger war inside the Jaguars organization. Old school leadership trying to uphold standards while a flashy rookie plays the game on his own terms. It's a straight up generational clash, sacrifice and dedication versus brand building and Instagram highlights. And Hunter, he's at the center of it all, dragging his marriage scandal right into the locker room. Rumors that his wife, Leanna Linnae, cheated with another Jaguars player turned a crucial preseason into a gossip circus. Instead of sharpening plays, the team's stuck in a soap opera. And vets know distractions like this are championship killers. Hunter's personal mess has become such a burden that the Jaguars front office is now juggling crisis management instead of football progress. The drama really exploded in August 2025, just months after Hunter and Leanna tied the knot in that lavish May 24th wedding at the barn at Faith Farms in Athens, Tennessee. What was hyped as a fairy tale union between high school sweethearts has turned into a full-blown social media disaster. Now, vets are openly questioning Hunter's judgment and whether he can handle the brutal pressure of the NFL spotlight. The timing of that wedding couldn't have been worse either. Right when rookies are supposed to be grinding, building chemistry, and locking in mentally, Hunter was busy planning a luxury event. To the veterans, it screamed misplaced priorities, chasing personal dreams instead of focusing on the team. Former player Channing even put it blunt, this wedding shouldn't have happened yet. And that's not just talk, it reflects exactly how vets feel about Hunter's decision-making. Then came the cheating allegations that flipped everything upside down. Rumors claim Leanna was caught in compromising situations with a Jaguars teammate, and whispers say Hunter found out through explosive DMs or even leaked videos. No name has been officially tied to the story, but just the idea of a teammate being involved has poisoned the locker room atmosphere with suspicion and side eyes. For a team that's supposed to be building a championship culture, this kind of scandal is unforgivable. And to make things worse, money has now slipped into the picture, creating a financial subplot around Hunter's marriage that's only fueling more doubt about his stability on and off the field. Hunter's choice not to sign a prenuptial agreement before marrying Leanna has turned into straight-up locker room gossip, and not in a good way. With a massive $46.65 million rookie contract on the line, Vets see that move as rookie-level naivety that could wreck his career and bring headaches to the entire organization. And this isn't coming out of nowhere. The marriage scandal is just the latest layer, stacked on top of red flags players had already been clocking. Back in December 2024, during Hunter's Heisman Trophy ceremony, Leanna's reaction drew side eyes across the board. When his name was called, she stayed seated, looking subdued instead of standing in support. Social media went wild, calling her unsupportive, or worse, a gold digger. That moment stung because it should have been the highlight of Hunter's college career, but instead, the spotlight shifted to her vibe. For veterans watching, it was a preview of the shaky dynamic that could only cause problems once the pressure of the NFL hit. Hunter didn't help his case either when he publicly defended her instead of addressing the concerns. Vets read it as proof his priorities weren't lining up with a championship mindset, and it didn't stop there. Soon after, another clip surfaced, Hunter posing for fans at a New York pop-up event while Leanna sat off to the side, visibly annoyed at how long he spent with supporters. To vets, the pattern was crystal clear. Even before marriage, their relationship was tangled with dysfunction and controversy. And with whispers of old leaked videos allegedly showing Leanna in compromising situations with other men, the foundation of their relationship was already shaky, way before wedding bells ever rang. Public speculation has gone wild. People can't understand why Hunter would kick off his pro career tied to a relationship already dripping with drama and constant headlines. To veteran players, this screams poor judgment, the exact type of decision-making that strips rookies of respect and shuts the door on ever being seen as a true leader in a championship locker room. Then things spiraled even worse when Leanna posted that infamous crying video on TikTok in July 2025. Fans instantly split. Some took it as guilt over her rumored infidelity, while others thought it was her warming up for a divorce play that could slice deep into Hunter's contract money. The timing couldn't have been worse, dropping emotional chaos right in the middle of training camp prep. That's the kind of off-field mess veterans flat out refuse to tolerate when the season's on the line. The crying video turned Hunter's personal life into a sideshow for millions instead of the private, stable foundation athletes need to thrive. Leanna choosing to broadcast an intimate breakdown on social media during her husband's biggest career prep period only fueled the narrative that attention-seeking had become the priority. To NFL vets, that's toxic. It poisons culture, distracts the team, and makes every practice feel heavier. And the public hasn't held back either. On social media, reactions have been ruthless. Fans cracking jokes, throwing shade, and picking apart every move. Some mocked Hunter for looking clueless, while others judged Leanna harshly, blasting the marriage as a mistake from the start. One blunt comment summed up the vibe. "Nope, I don't feel sorry for him. This is what happens when you ignore the warning signs." That kind of public humiliation doesn't just sting personally, it infects the whole team environment, dragging the Jaguars further into chaos. One social media reaction hit especially hard. It came from user The Black Lamb, who posted, "You cannot be sad for him. The whole world warned him. If the story about her sleeping with the Jaguars teammate is true, then that's on him." Brutal words, but they show just how much Hunter's private pain has become the internet's entertainment. For championship teams, that's the exact circus atmosphere they don't want anywhere near their locker room. And then came the pregnancy rumors, blowing the situation sky high. Multiple whispers claim Leanna might be expecting a baby with the unnamed Jaguars teammate. If true, that would take an already messy scandal and make it a straight-up nightmare for the organization. It's the kind of soap opera drama that can sink a season before it even starts, wrecking trust, morale, and the fragile chemistry teams spend months trying to build. TikTok has only poured gasoline on the fire. Clips discussing the scandal have racked up millions of views, with comments swinging from heartbreaking for a rookie star to "this could ruin his season." That viral energy has turned Hunter's life into a trending hashtag, and NFL vets see it as poison for any team with championship dreams. Reddit hasn't been any kinder. Whole threads are tearing apart Hunter's situation, with posts in adultery forums calling it horrible while blaming him for ignoring the obvious red flags about his wife from the jump. For veterans who preach discipline and smart personal choices, these discussions feel like proof they were right all along, that Hunter's judgment isn't ready for prime time. And looming over all this, the money. Rumors are swirling that a divorce could cost Hunter half of his massive rookie contract, a financial gut punch that has vets shaking their heads at how fast bad decisions off the field can bleed into everything on it. Hunter's massive $46.65 million contract is now hanging by a thread, all because he skipped signing a prenuptial agreement. To veteran players, this is the perfect example of an avoidable financial disaster that could wreck not only his career, but also drag the team into salary cap headaches. The fallout hasn't stayed private either. Facebook groups are buzzing with posts like, Travis Hunter goes off on wife after she cheats with his Jaguars teammate, racking up thousands of comments, speculating about pregnancy rumors and looming divorce drama. This isn't just about Hunter's personal mess, it's a direct hit on the blueprint of how winning organizations are built. Success in football has always been about dedication, trust, and a culture where distractions are shut out. Instead, Jacksonville's locker room fabric is being shredded from within, with Hunter's chaos tearing through bonds that should hold a team together. And it didn't take long for the cracks to show. Problems started surfacing as early as June 2025 during Hunter's first team activities. A viral clip caught him dancing in the middle of drills, only to have undrafted rookie wide receiver Cam Camper physically redirect him back into the huddle. What looked like a playful moment to fans was, to vets, a flashing red warning. This rookie was more about show than structure, and it was already pulling the brotherhood apart. What looked like a harmless moment actually carried a much deeper warning. When Cam Camper stepped in to check Travis Hunter, it wasn't just about a dance, it was about a rookie being forced to police another rookie because the veterans had already lost patience with Hunter's lack of awareness. That's a huge red flag in NFL culture. Normally, veteran leaders handle these kinds of corrections quietly through mentorship, keeping order without making a scene, but Hunter's behavior had spiraled so fast that the usual chain of command broke down. Even fellow rookies felt they had no choice but to step in and set boundaries. That's not normal. That's a clear sign that traditional leadership structures were already falling apart under the weight of Hunter's antics. And here's the kicker. Peer-to-peer corrections like that don't just happen by accident. They usually mean veterans have thrown in the towel on trying to guide a teammate the usual way, instead resorting to letting public embarrassment do the work. In Hunter's case, that playful dance became a symbol of everything vets hate about misplaced priorities. For seasoned players, practice time is sacred. It's about sharp reps, laser focus, and preparation at the highest level. Hunter's choice to treat it like a stage for his energy and showmanship showed a fundamental disconnect with the culture of winning football. His behavior wasn't just silly, it was so out of place it demanded an immediate correction. That moment exposed the bigger truth. Hunter still doesn't fully grasp the expectations of professional football. His personality and approach might thrill fans on social media, but inside the locker room, it's already clashing hard with what it takes to build a championship team. Friction inside the Jaguars locker room has hit a boiling point. Multiple outlets reported that teammates are flat out fed up with Hunter's antics, pointing to his dancing during serious drills as proof that his priorities are completely out of whack. For veteran players who live and breathe preparation, Hunter's carefree attitude is the embodiment of everything they can't stand about today's flashy athlete culture. In pro football, every second of preparation matters. Every rep, every drill, every ounce of focus separates wins from losses, so when Hunter treated practice like a stage, veterans saw it as disrespectful to the grind and to the sacrifice it takes to chase a championship. The Cam Camper incident only drove the point home. It wasn't just about redirecting him, it was a rookie stepping up to check a high-profile draft pick because even the vets had reached their breaking point. That reversal of hierarchy told everyone watching Hunter had become a problem that even rookies couldn't ignore. Fans didn't hold back either. On social media, Hunter was mocked as a clown, with predictions flying that opposing defenses would start targeting him just for showboating. That's the nightmare scenario veterans feared most, when your antics don't just divide the locker room, but also give opponents extra fuel to embarrass you on the field. The fallout made Hunter more polarizing than ever, not just inside the organization, but among fans and media who once hyped him up. When your own supporters start questioning your professionalism and commitment, it's poison to team chemistry and veteran trust. Now Trevor Lawrence is stuck in the middle, forced to adjust his own rhythm and put in extra work just to keep chemistry alive. In championship locker rooms, veterans don't expect to waste energy babysitting rookies. They expect newcomers to slide seamlessly into the system.
It's another system he's learning. It's 2 years in, 2 systems, and just been impressed by how he carries himself.
That's where Travis Hunter has gone wrong. Instead of blending in, he's forced veterans, especially Trevor Lawrence, to adjust around him, burning time and patience on a teammate who demands special handling. At first, Lawrence's excitement was real. He welcomed Hunter after the draft with an enthusiastic, "Congrats, man, I was hoping we'd have a chance to get you." But as the months rolled on and Hunter's true approach to pro football came into focus, Lawrence's tone started shifting. The clean praise was replaced by careful qualifiers, veiled concerns, and diplomatic shade. As team leader, Lawrence is in a near impossible spot. He has to publicly support every teammate while privately wrestling with the reality that Hunter's style runs directly against the team-first culture vets swear by. That balancing act is draining. Instead of locking in on preparation and performance, Lawrence is stuck managing contradictions between his polished public words and his private frustrations with Hunter's immaturity. The change in Lawrence's language tells the story. What started as genuine hype has slowly become guarded praise about Hunter's conditioning and work ethic, compliments that double as red flags about other issues. He's even compared Hunter to a kid who runs around all day, a subtle but cutting way of questioning his maturity.
It's like a kid just runs around all day, very explosive.
And when Lawrence stresses that learning two systems is a lot for a rookie, it sounds less like encouragement and more like a quarterback warning his teammate to grow up fast. For championship-caliber QBs, receivers are expected to bring laser focus, veteran-level seriousness, and professionalism. What Lawrence sees instead is childlike enthusiasm that might thrill fans. But to vets, it's the exact opposite of what winning football demands. Then came the infamous handshake controversy, the perfect example of the cultural rift veterans had warned about. Lawrence described it positively, saying, "Hunter took the lead and brought his big personality to the idea." But the public wasn't buying it. Fans roasted the whole thing, blasting it as a distraction and proof that the Jaguars cared more about gimmicks than grit. To veterans, the handshake was everything they hated wrapped in one moment, misplaced priorities at the exact time the team should have been locked in. And Lawrence, instead of setting boundaries like a seasoned leader, admitted he let Hunter take charge of the whole thing. On the surface, it sounded like teamwork. Underneath, it exposed how Lawrence was bending to accommodate a rookie's brand-building antics instead of shaping him into the culture of winning football. Veteran observers didn't miss the red flag. Real leaders guide rookies. They don't follow their lead on team culture or public presentation. By letting Hunter set the tone, Lawrence unintentionally signaled that the franchise was now orbiting around the rookie's personality instead of its championship goals. Fan backlash only amplified the problem. Brutal comments flooded social media. "I hate it. They're out there dancing instead of working, and this is why the Jaguars can't win." Those reactions weren't just noise. They validated veteran fears that Hunter's flashy approach was clashing with football's traditional demand for substance over style. For vets who've spent years sweating to build winning cultures, the handshake backlash was proof. Fans reward focus, not showboating. And Hunter was dragging the team in the exact opposite direction. Championship football is built on dedication and seriousness, not flashy handshakes, entertainment gimmicks, or social media stunts. The backlash to something Hunter thought was team bonding exposed the massive disconnect between his personal vision of football and the culture veteran players and longtime fans expect. And the damage goes deeper than just relationships inside the locker room. Around the league, vets are openly doubting whether Hunter can actually handle the grind of playing both ways. Players like Travis Kell have even suggested opponents will purposely target Hunter just to wear him down. In the NFL, that's a dangerous reputation to carry. It means rival teams see you as a weak spot they can exploit. That targeting threat doesn't just hurt Hunter, it complicates the entire Jaguar system. Coordinators are now forced to design extra protection schemes, tweak rotations, and burn valuable prep time trying to cover for Hunter's vulnerabilities. Instead of focusing on sharpening offense and defense, the coaching staff has to spend energy babysitting one player's unique role. And vets know that's not how winning football operates. Then came the breaking point, the marriage scandal. For players already fed up with Hunter's unserious approach, the wave of media drama and whispers about internal betrayal with a teammate pushed everything over the edge. It's the exact type of chaos vets fear most: constant distractions, fractured trust, and a toxic culture that kills championship hopes before they even get off the ground. For veteran players who fought their whole careers to build team-first environments, Hunter's mix of personal scandal and professional recklessness isn't just a bad look. It's the final straw tearing the Jaguars' locker room apart. Veterans know the formula for winning football: absolute focus, zero distractions, and total commitment to the grind. With Travis Hunter at the center, those conditions have become impossible to hold together. His controversies have piled up into a perfect storm of dysfunction that many inside the Jaguars believe might never be repaired. On their own, incidents like the dancing at practice, the handshake backlash, or even the marriage scandal could have been handled, but stacked together, they've turned the Jaguars into a team drowning in chaos, where leadership and team building have been replaced by nonstop crisis management and public relations cleanup. And now Trevor Lawrence is caught in the middle. On the surface, he's been publicly supportive, but the cracks are obvious. His constant hints about wanting Hunter to focus strictly on offense and his cautious approach to managing Hunter's development scream of a quarterback who's sick of carrying unnecessary baggage. Veteran players don't want projects. They want rookies who seamlessly fit into the system and elevate team culture, not tear it down. Can they rebuild trust, unity, and championship brotherhood? Or has that foundation been permanently fractured? Based on the growing frustration, fan backlash, and locker room toxicity, vets believe it may take years, if it's even possible, to fix what Hunter has broken. So what do you think? Has Travis Hunter already torched his NFL reputation before it even had a chance to grow? Or can he bounce back and prove everyone wrong? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear what you think. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more scandal-packed stories, and drop a comment with your take. This saga is far from over, and I'll catch you in the next one.